This is the story of an ordinary man who was interested in extraordinary things, but then he vanished, and to this day, nobody knows why.
It's ironic, really, isn't it? If he hadn't disappeared, he'd have been the perfect person to investigate his own disappearance.
Is that ironic?
Yeah.
I'm Alfie Reese.
Ironically, I'm Morgana Huddleston.
Welcome to Truthdiggers. We were about to be mobbed by shipwrecked smugglers in the 18th century when an alien appeared in the sky and asked us to come aboard its ship.
But we didn't know if we should trust this alien, and we suspected Colin had encountered it too. Was it involved in his disappearance, perhaps?
Maybe.
Possibly.
I am here to help.
Is there any chance you could take us back to our own time?
That is what I came to do.
If we don't go now, we could be stuck here for good.
Okay.
Delight! It is my pleasure to rescue you from this violent age and take you back to your own violent age. Blink!
It all happened in the blink of an eye. The light faded and suddenly we were standing in a completely white room. The walls were curved so you couldn't see the corners.
We're standing in what looks like an alien spaceship.
Welcome, welcome. Apologies for the uncomfortability of my vessel. It is not designed to accommodate flesh things like yourselves.
Yeah, no worries.
Is it okay if we record this? We're making a podcast, you see, and...
Podcast. An audio-based medium of informational exchange. I will listen to your podcast.
Oh, cheers. Oh, isn't that nice?
Files extracted. Listening now. Very interesting. Your presentation is not always professional, but your efforts are creditable.
Well, we are still at school, you know.
I have something that possibly may be of intense interest to your investigation.
The alien led us down a corridor. On the way, it explained how it had found us.
My ship has time travel capability. I was monitoring your planet in the year 2022 when I detected your use of the omniosphere.
The Omni-what sphere?
I believe you call it the Odd Stone. A piece of our technology so advanced that your undeveloped brains have no hope of understanding it.
No, it's a magic jewel. It spoke to me. It helped me find it.
It can detect those with a particular strong ability to use and lead them to it, but it is not magic.
So you're saying there's no such thing as magic?
Exactly so. It is merely the application of mental powers to affect the physical realm.
I knew it!
I have observed with much interest your human system of locating language keys to access the various functions of the omniosphere, the things you call spells.
That's magic, though. You're just giving it a different name.
I left several such devices on your world as an experiment to unlock your mental capabilities, hopeful that your best and brightest would come to our planet, join our psycho-collective net, and advance the collective knowledge and development of the cosmos.
And how's that going?
Not well. I am collecting more again. The Odd Stone is the last I need to reclaim. Storage Unit 5-Zisquan/G.
It opened the door and inside was an old broken fridge.
I was monitoring the being you know as Odd Colin because he had possession of the omniosphere, but he had no aptitude for its use. I wanted to know why and brought him to the ship for tests.
Yeah, but the
He
fridge...
was inside the fridge. I recorded the sequence of events. We can watch now, yes?
Wow.
Is this a hologram?
No. But if it helps you understand it, then yes, it is a hologram.
Are you all right with us using all this stuff on our podcast?
Of course, it is my pleasure. But please credit all my material.
It looked, sounded and smelled exactly like we were standing on a patch of waste ground behind Colin's house in 1972.
The waste ground was next to the building site for the new hotel, and it had loads of rubbish dumped on it, including a broken fridge. So, where's Colin?
I was attempting to communicate with him via his television set, but I appear to have made him fearful. Hello, Colin?
Sure enough, the back door of Colin's house opened. He ran through his garden, jumped over the fence, and hid in the fridge.
Why did he hide inside a fridge?
Is this not tradition among your people?
No.
It was a strangely foolish action because the fridge does not open from the inside, so he would have suffocated in there.
Wow. The hidden dangers of fridges.
And then I removed him and the fridge up to the ship.
Colin was abducted by aliens.
Wait, more is to come. The logs from my experiment on Colin. Galactic date 1,015,067.4. I'm examining a human specimen known as Colin. Despite prolonged possession of the omniosphere, he has proved unable to use it. My first task is to perform deep medical scans on the subject to locate any anomalies.
Leave me alone.
This is difficult because Colin will not come out of the fridge.
I don't collaborate with alien invaders.
I have no intention to invade your planet. It would not be useful to me. Galactic date 1,015,067.6. Colin has come out of the fridge.
Ah! I've cast an unbreakable spell of protection around myself with the Odd Stone.
He has not. But I have learned that the neural pathways needed to access the omniosphere have, in Colin's brain, been firmly closed since birth.
The witches did that.
I hereby curse you all. Neither you nor any of your descendants will ever be able to perform magic, and none of you will ever be able to leave Kerr's Gate.
There is no such thing as a curse. She used our technology to alter the brain of her targets and embedded it into their DNA.
All right, fun police.
I will restart the recording. Galactic date 1,015,068.4. I have addressed Colin's frustration with his inability to perform what he thinks of as magic.
Then it's not my fault. I have a cursed bloodline.
You have been genetically hardwired to be unable to use our technology or to leave your immediate locality.
And that's why I never got out of Caregate. They said there was an old witch's curse on the people of this town, that they and their descendants would never leave.
If you wish, I could perform nanosurgery to rewire your neural pathways.
You are?
I can fix your brain.
Ooh.
Galactic date 1,015,068.9. The operation on Colin has been successful.
Thanks to you, friend, I shall become the great wizard I was always destined to be. First, I shall lift the terrible curse that afflicts our town. No wonder it's full of miserable people who wonder why they never get anywhere in life.
One question. Where did you acquire the Odd Stone?
I tell people I was given it by a sea witch. But the truth is, I used my dagger to prise it out of that old statue behind my house. Cut my hand doing it.
Statue?
A statue of a sea captain. It used to stand in the market square, but it frightened the children, so they removed it and dumped it on that waste ground. The Odd Stone was in its hand.
That wasn't a statue. That was the actual captain of the smugglers who got turned to stone by the witches.
Show us that place where the old fridge was, behind Colin's house.
Yes.
Yeah, look, there's the captain. The fridge was on top of him.
I returned to check on Colin's progress the next day. I disguised myself as a human so I would not cause alarm.
The alien brought up another hologram. We were in the same place as before, the waste ground at the back of Colin's house.
But the statue of the captain had gone.
The alien was disguised with a hat, a coat and a fake beard, and it approached a guy who was walking away from the building site.
Excuse me, fellow human. I'm looking for Odd Colin.
Sorry, can't help you. I don't live round here.
Now, you may not recognise that voice.
But we know it very well indeed.
So, how come you need to talk to me? Have you got any questions?
Our history teacher, Mr. McGuigan.
But what was he doing in 1972? Go to the Fun Kids website and tell us what we should do. Ask the alien to take us there and speak to him?
Or go back to our own time and catch up with him there.